For TraderInsight.com, I'm Adrian Manz, and it's time for a review of what happened on 7/25 of 2014. Let's have our daily dose. Here is the trading plan. We had DLR, HOG, and TEX on the core portion of the plan. Each one of those triggered. Let's go and have a look at how they wrapped up. DLR triggered right out of the gate. First thing in the morning, opening bell, boom, it goes down, hits the 63.12 short sale line, reverses, goes all the way up to the stop loss, and takes us out at $63.41. Reverses back down again, and this time hits the entry line, 63.12. Gets down 50% of the distance to the profit target. Of course, when that happens, what we do is move our stop loss down to that entry price. So now 63.12 is the resting stop on any kind of a reversal move. Then over the course of the session, it just floats around that 50% to target line, gets down, touches 10 cents to the target, gets within actually about a nickel of the target, reverses, and once it hit 10 cents to the target, of course, we moved our stop again, and this time down to the 50% to target line at 62.88. So once it reversed back up here, we wound up taking that trade off at $62.88. Not much going on there, but DLR did manage to wipe out most of that earlier loss. Then we had HOG. HOG, sort of a similar story. Harley opens, trades down through our trigger line at $64.22. Immediately goes down, hits 50% of the distance to the target, and then reverses. And of course, since we hit 50% of the distance to the target, it was time to move the stop from $64.54 down to $64.22. And then that trade winds up getting taken out on its way back up again. And ultimately, it did go up, got into the previous session's range, and would have stopped you out for a full stop loss if you weren't using the money management techniques properly. But it reverses back down again, and let's assume everybody did what they were supposed to do and was out the first time at break even. Here's the second entry. It comes down, triggers a second entry, gets down to 50% to the target again, makes another move lower, never quite gets down to 10 cents to the target, and then look what happens. Comes up and stops us out right at that 64.22 line. Why did we exit there? Because 50% of the distance to the target was our clue to go and move that line down once again and have a break-even stop. Any additional trades on this one would have been discretionary. You could have, of course, taken this little double header entry at 64.22, and then the next time down, you got within 10 cents of the target and out at 63.98. But all in all, you know, so far nothing to write home about in terms of how these trades played out. Now let's look at Terex. Once again, we open, trade down through the trigger price. Makes it almost 50% of the distance to the target, but not quite, right? So it reverses back higher again. Stay with the trade through 36.82. Gets up above, never hits the stop loss, drifts down. 50% of the distance to the target. Time to move the stop loss down to break even. Stock makes another move lower. Gets down to 10 cents to the target. Time to move the stop from break even down to that 50% line. And then TEX makes it down to the profit target at $36.27. None of our stocks to watch or radar setups triggered. We did have some planned scalper trades. CERN, that one went in the wrong direction, so no entry on there. We had EXPE. This one did trade in the direction that was anticipated on the trading plan. We had 3 potential short sale entries. And in this case, we did have a trigger right off the opening bell. If you're taking those, that's a little bit more gutsy than the way that I trade these, but I like to wait and see if we get a nice pullback. And then in this case, we had this, again, this inverted check mark. Makes this hook up here, comes down through 80.06, gets right down to our target at 79.86. Moves higher again, nice little hook entry, inverted check mark again. Another move, 80.06, down to 79.86. We get another pullback and move down through 79.86 all the way down to our 79.64 target. That last move required being there for more than just the first hour, so I know most of you are trading this as a first hour only strategy, but hopefully you saw these 2 entries and were able to profit from them. And let's look at Facebook. That was the last one on the scalper portion of the trading plan. We see that it opened, traded in some pretty wide bars, got up above that 75.33 entry line, came down, tagged us in, faked us back out again, made this little hook move higher, came down, another entry opportunity, and this one made the move from 75.33 down to $74.95. So that's Friday's trading plan. Lots of triggers, not a whole lot of constructive price action on this session. Lots of tension in the Middle East right now, lots of tension sort of all over the world, as a matter of fact, so that is definitely impacting the behavior of the markets. If you have any questions, shoot me an email, adrian@traderinsight.com. I do hope you had a great trading day on Friday and are going to have an even better one on Monday. The best trader education anywhere, only from traderinsight.com.